What's going on, guys? Mike Murtis, Gamer Logic here, and today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and I guess a review on the Master EverDrive. And I picked this up from Stone Age Gamer, a part of their Black Friday special. I believe it was either 15 or 20% off. Got home from Thanksgiving and we switched over to Black Friday, and I just happened to be online, so I jumped on and was looking at stuff, and I went, you know, I think now is really the time to pick up a flash cart for my Master System. Master System has always been a relatively cheap system to collect for. I have a decent Master System library, which you could probably see over there next to my PSP games. I got Phantasy Star and Master of Darkness, Ninja Gaiden. Like, I got a decent amount of Master System games, and they've always have been generally, you know, $5 to $10 to pick up for. Like Ninja Gaiden and Master of Darkness were more just because those were like PAL exclusives, but I've never paid a ton for the Master System, period. Geez, I think when I got my Master System from a video game shop, maybe it was probably 10 years ago now, I think I only paid like 14 bucks with it, and it came with a light phaser, it came with everything. So Master System has always been a system that you can get into collecting and not have to fork out an arm and a leg for it like you would the NES or the Super Nintendo. I think that's about to change, though. I can tell you in the last month and a half, 2 months, I have been seeing Master System videos pop up like crazy, from the big YouTubers to the small YouTubers to the retro websites out there. Everyone is talking about the Master System right now, and when that happens, you just see the price for games start to spike up. And I think really we've got to the point where there isn't much left that you can get for cheap these days in terms of collecting for retro game systems. So what do you go for? You go kind of for the last bastion of games that aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg. But what's going to happen? Well, the price is going to go up, unfortunately. So I wouldn't be too surprised if you start seeing Master System games go up in price slowly over the next couple of years. And, you know, great for those who got into the system for years because they've got it for cheap and don't have to worry about paying the price for it. But at this point, if I want to expand my Master System library anymore, I'm probably going to have to start paying a premium for games, which is something I really don't want to do anymore. I'm really kind of taking my time on any additional games I pick up. I haven't really even picked up much this year, believe it or not, because I'm just out of space and I'd have to start getting rid of stuff. So that was another reason I wanted to pick up this Master EverDrive. So yeah, got this on Black Friday. This actually arrived a couple days ago, so it took like 2-3 weeks for me to get it. Not a bad deal. Here in time before the Christmas holiday. Not that I'm going to be playing it with the family or anything with the Master System, but just nice to have during the holidays. Here's the box itself, as you've already seen. The front of it has that beautiful kind of old school Master System look to it. These are Stone Age Gamer's bit boxes, which are pretty cool. Sorry, I'm not using my super HD cam here, so things are going to look a little blurry. But yeah, plays most Master System games and SG-1000 games. Easy to use menu system with many great features. Load game backups from an SD, SDHC memory card and plays them on original hardware. So easy enough. You pop this thing open, pop the bit box open, and as you can see, that is the old school Master System looking card and design, and I did that purposely. You can choose different options, but I thought I'd keep it looking just like the system there. So you got your regular black and red checker box look there and the Master EverDrive. On the top here is the actual slot where the SD card goes in and you load your ROMs in. I am using a micro SD card, a 2 GB micro SD card into a full-size SD adapter to play my games. Not a major issue there. You can load pretty much the entire Master System library with the North American, with the Japanese, and with the European games in there, and you'll still have plenty of room. So I pretty much have every available Master System ROM that is out there anyway on a 2 GB cart, and I am ready to play. All I have to do is pop this thing into my Master System after I download the OS file and drag it in, and I'm good to go. Now, if you've watched my reviews for flash carts in the past, you will know that I have a, God, is this the Mega EverDrive? It's one of the many Genesis flash carts that are out there, and this one I got back in 2011, 2012, I want to say. It was one of the first ones out there. And this is a great flash cart, but it's seen many revisions. Now they're ones that actually can do save states and all that other stuff. This cannot. It is super old, and it used to play Master System games without an issue. But there have been several firmware updates that have come out, OS updates that have also come out for this thing as well. And in order to get some of the cooler features, like being able to use the Game Genie codes and other stuff, you have to go to the higher firmware updates. So in order for me to play Master System games on the Genesis with that older flash card, I got to revert back, unfortunately. So it's kind of a pain in the ass because you lose the bigger card size and all that other stuff. So that's why I decided just, you know, hey, I got a Master System. I might as well use it, right? And have that Master System plugged in with its flash cart, and it's ready to rock. So what does this thing look like when you plug it in? Well, let's go over and plug it into the Master System here, and I'll show you the menu and we'll do a quick game demo. Alright, so you're seeing the blue screen here. That's my FrameMeister. I'm going to go ahead and plug the Master EverDrive in here. Excuse me. Turn it on. And there we go. We are right into the menu system here of the Master EverDrive. Now, just a forewarning, XSplit, for whatever reason, when I turn video sources on, especially when they're put through the FrameMeister, sometimes it delays the audio source on here. So that is just my capture equipment. Don't think it is the Master EverDrive by any means. So yeah, here's the menu system. It's easy enough. I have my ROMs and everything divided out into all these different categories. So, you know, if there's a number, if it's A, if it's B, I have BIOSes and everything in here. That is the V8 firmware version or the OS version. You just hit button 1. In my case, I'm doing button B because I'm using a 6-button Genesis pad. And you pretty much just go through the ROMs and you're ready to rock. It's pretty simple. Not too much to really explain from there. And I've used a bunch of different games on this thing, a bunch of different ROMs, and I haven't had too many issues. There's some things that do load, but I can play like Impossible Mission, for example, which was a European game. The terrible Master System version of Street Fighter 2, which is kind of hilarious. But not too many things don't work on this, so as long as you don't have a bad dump, you should be relatively good to go. If there is a certain Genesis game you'd like, Genesis, I keep saying Genesis, if there's a certain Master System game you'd like to see me play to see if this thing will do it, let me know in the comments and I may very well try it out. I'm probably going to do a live stream today at some point, actually, just trying out various games on this thing to see what works, to see what doesn't work, etc. But let's go in and show you how long it actually takes to load a game. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to Master of Darkness, and we're going to load and start. So I actually already had Master of Darkness loaded up on this thing, but we're going to go through the full process. And right now it's erasing from its flash memory, and now it's writing it to the memory, and there we go. Now, if you're not familiar with Master of Darkness, it is by far the most blatant Castlevania clone out there. But as far as a game itself, it's great. I mean, it's borrowing from greatness that is Castlevania anyway, so it's fun. Definitely one of my favorite Master System games. Unfortunately, only got a Game Gear release here in the United States, so I ended up getting the PAL version of this, the only version of it as far as I know. And it's a ton of fun. Thankfully, PAL and NTSC games really don't have any difference to them for whatever reason, so no issues playing this on a FrameMeister, an HDTV, or regular CRT. So you guys probably don't want to see the cutscenes, you probably just want to see me play this, make sure that it's compatible, so let's hit 2 or B here and start it up. Blah, 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 blah. And as you can tell, there is a little bit of an audio delay because my capture card is freaking out about the fact that the HDMI source just kicked on, unfortunately. So you'll notice a delay with the effects, but the video will be okay because I'm actually looking at XSplit here live, and I'm not really having any latency issues. And if you're wondering, this is on a Master System 1 that this is playing on. And it is using RGB cables. So that's why it's a nice clean picture, or as nice, as clean as XSplit is going to give you, unfortunately. And people say, well, you know, you have capture cards, so why are you using XSplit? It's just nice to be able to do like this 2 video grid thing. But yeah, as you can see, no issues. It plays great. And all I have to do is reset the system, and I'm on my way to playing a different ROM. Simple. It really is. There's not a lot of magic to getting these flash carts to work. You just got to know where to get the ROMs, and you have to be willing to pay attention and see if there's any firmware updates that, you know, really just improve the overall compatibility of the flash cart. And there you go, I beat the stage. So yeah, overall, what do I think about the Master EverDrive? I think it's great. Hey, I got the entire Master System library from all the different formats right in the palms of my hand here, and I'm ready to rock and play whatever I need to play and not have to drop a ton of money on any really obscure Master System games. So if you're interested in getting into the Master System, you may want to start now before the price of the system really starts going up, and before the games start going up. But you know, if you want to really get into the system and have access to the entire library, then there's no better way than picking up an EverDrive, and that generally applies to almost any system. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, take it easy.